Okay, it's 7:15 and we are back. So our next item on the agenda is the introduction of new business for future consideration. So at this time, is there any item a council member wishes to bring forward? Okay, seeing nothing come forward, I will take us forward to board and committee and reports and council member comments. And tonight we start with council member Martinelli.
Thank you, Mayor. My only comment is to encourage people to go to the waterlandblog.com where you can find me and council member Harris's official response to last week's State of the City presentation. It's separated into two different articles. The first one regarding the politics and the way it was operated. And the second part is specifically about policy. And again, you can find that at the waterlandblog.com. Thank you.
Okay, the next person is Councilmember Bangs.
I have no committee reports, and I think it's best that I don't have any comments. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Councilmember Nutting.
Thank you, Mayor. Municipal facilities met this afternoon, as well as Economic Development Committee. We're pretty much briefed on the same things, the capital improvement program, which we are moving forward with, sorry, getting my notes here, replacing the senior activity center floor, which has been an issue for years, and the heat pumps, which is, they're both on the consent agenda tonight. Midway Park expansion, demolition of the center fourplex will start here soon. And then the field house. Yeah, and then with the marina update, moving forward with an RFQ with Skylabs. Looking forward to parcel B. And then dock replacement RFQ, May and June. Council will be updated in on the May 6th. Sorry, looking at the calendar up there. May 6th meeting on everything. I encourage any comments or questions about the marina master plan or what's going on in the marina to go to Marina Master Plan all together at DesMoinesWashington.gov. And then all the presentations are available on the DesMoinesMarina.com website. So if there are questions, comments, please again go to the Marina Master Plan at DesMoinesWA.gov. If you want to see what's going on, all of their presentations are available on DesMoinesMarina.com. And that concludes my remarks.
May I make an addition to that, Chair Nutting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I want to emphasize that it's still open for comment and that people can absolutely still comment on that website.
Thank you, Councilmember Bangs, for bringing that up. I meant to bring that up. Yes. They do not intend to close any kind of comments, and we'll take comments as long as possible to make sure that everybody is happy with the results and everybody's been heard. Thank you, Councilmember Bangs.
Okay, next up is Councilmember Harris.
Thank you, Mayor. So we just finished this employee review, and just broadly speaking, it was as vicious and wow. And I bring that up because of an event I'm just going to mention. I attended the Pacific Coast Congress. They're basically their twice a year harbor master and marina conference, and it was really informative in learning about how marinas work and the different strategies that other marinas are employing, that we're talking about here. I was trying to, and I constantly am trying to actually drill down into the mechanics of big projects like the marina or any decision. I feel an obligation to learn as much as I can. And I am, often painted with this brush of being contentious and nasty and divisive and all this. And I was thinking to myself, I'm pretty gracious. I mean, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I'm actually, I take it pretty well, like week after week and month after month. If you really watch the tape, I think I have, been pretty good. And I will continue to be so, and to speak about the policy. This is not about personalities. I can only speak for myself. I have real concerns about the direction of the marina development, the airport, all sorts of things. And I can talk to the detail of the policy because I study that stuff. And, you can make it out to be like being divisive and all that stuff, but at bottom, it's simply that I disagree. And my most fundamental problem with the current council is that I've come to the conclusion that it's simply not okay to disagree on policy, that the commitment to the direction that the administration is going in is so complete that even if that just questioning anything comes across as is painted as being divisive. And at the end of the day, that's kind of gaslighting. You get elected to try to put forward your ideas and your vision. And if it's different from your colleagues, well, okay, there needs to be a way for that to be acceptable. And I think the public should be concerned that there isn't a way to, as the mayor has asked about, to disagree without being disagreeable. I think I'm fairly polite and pleasant, and regardless, it just doesn't work because I question the direction the city is going in various areas. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Okay, Councilmember Buxton.
Thank you, Mayor. Oh, excuse my notes here. Well, I would like to online here officially welcome a new feature in our city on the weekends. It's a cute little community market that's called the North Hill Community Market, and I attended this last weekend. And it's a real small group of vendors that are getting together. It's over on First Avenue South and about 206-ish, right over by the little espresso stand there. And it's just charming. They've got it all decorated with a little fence and chips and tables and all, you know, protocols and all that. So I encourage you on Saturday or Sunday to go swing by. And I also participated in a park cleanup that was part of a program that is, it's a partnership with Forterra, the city of Des Moines, and the port. It's part of these grants, ACE grant. It's a great program that this partnership into our city, and I want to appreciate Forterra and the port, but also Colleen Silviera. She is the park steward that got this volunteer group together to work this city kitty park, I think we called it, or we called it the city park and Happy Park. It's right over there by Kent Des Moines Road and about 24th. And it was a great experience to be out there with her and working side by side. Councilmember Mahoney was out there, and a couple other folks from the community. So appreciated that. It was a Earth Day thing, and I think there's something coming up this weekend as well, but I believe one of my colleagues will probably talk about that. And one other thing, this is, we made a proclamation a couple weeks ago about Sexual Assault Awareness Month this month. And so I'm having a little, the Des Moines Running Club, every once in a while, we'll all get together and do something in honor of whatever month we happen to be making a proclamation about. So the running club is doing a little 5K on Sunday morning, and you don't have to do the whole thing. You can run, you can walk, you can start or stop anywhere along the way. But Harper Studios is hosting it in their parking lot. If you do participate, wear a mask. You can and we're not having an official starting time so that people can space out, that we don't have a whole bunch of people together. And it's an awareness event. So, it's not really a 5K. It's just to make the community aware that this is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So I hope you can join us. Look for some more information on the community pages, and hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Mahoney.
Thank you, Mayor. Just get to a couple things. I'll let you cover the SR3 ribbon cutting. But on the 19th of April, I attended the Destination Des Moines meeting as the liaison. Officially, particularly in the news, you saw Seafair canceled theirs events. We also, DDM will be canceling the parade, et cetera, as far as an actual event, everything up through July, possibly into August. Obviously, with a meeting with the city in the future, we'll get that figured out, what we can do in the second half of the year. But I just want to let people know it'll be a virtual event, but there are going to be some great virtual events. There's going to be a running of the flags month, actually in June, where people can have the ability to run a marathon over 30 days. It's less than a mile a day. And there'll be some rewards and t-shirts. So it'll be good community prep program, along with a scavenger hunt, and of course a virtual version of the parade. All will be safe activities with social distancing, etc. On the 20th, I attended the skateboard meeting. I was officially named the chair of skateboard for 2021, and I'm looking forward to representing our region in transportation issues. So that was good. But basically, what we did is we looked over the work plan. We've been meeting with several other regional groups as together, and then this was the first time we got the skateboard together, and it's productive. I think we've got some very interesting work ahead of us, and so I'll keep you informed as we go. The last thing I want to talk about is on April 24th in Redondo. It started out as a dive cleanup, and it's turned into a great event where there's going to be a food truck, and there's going to be cleanups in the park and the parking lot, along with several of us that will be diving to pick up the trash and debris that gets sunk down in the greater Redondo area. So I invite you to come down and meet some of the divers, ask some questions, and take a little bit of a moment and do some cleanup yourself. So looking forward to that as another event for Earth Day. Anyway, thank you, Mayor. That's all I have.
So Matt, where will we park if we come down?
Well, there will be the parking lot and some subsequent lots and neighborhoods and so forth. Obviously, we don't know what the turnout's going to be, but I've seen on a busy day, people park up some of the roads and things like that. I think it's, people probably won't be there for an hour here, an hour there. So hopefully there'll be parking available.
I think that's another way of saying carpooling recommended.
Sure, I'll go with that.
All right. I'm going to go back to April 15th. We didn't have a council meeting, but we had we did have an environment committee meeting. That meeting was to cover the CIP, and which is the capital improvement plan, and looking at our enterprise fund and the 2021 surface water management projects. And we also looked at the surface water management comprehensive plan that will be coming in an updated form this fall. And then, of course, with today being Earth Day, it was fitting that SR3, which is our sea life rescue facility on the marina floor, had their ribbon cutting. It was well attended. I want to thank many of the council members. We had Council Member Bangs and Councilmember Buxton and Deputy Mayor Mahoney there, and Councilmember Nutting. Your comments were shared. It's going to be spectacular. They don't have sea life there yet, but and it's because these are wild animals that you're nurturing back to health and giving them another chance at life. There won't be a lot of human interaction because you want to keep it as minimal as possible. But I think the key thing is here in Des Moines, we have our commitment to, of course, being a successful city on the Sound, but we also are stewards of the Puget Sound. And we want to really manage that impact as much as we can. And in doing so, it was our pleasure to welcome SR3 on board. The other thing that we had tonight was an economic development committee meeting that our Councilmember Nutting talked about earlier. The one thing I want to say about it, though, is that the summary, we talked about the marina redevelopment, and we talked about the passenger ferry potential. And the thing about it is, this is just really an exciting time. We have our marina is what draws a lot of people to our community. They talk about our marina as being the jewel of the city. And the fact is, we have a couple of them because we have Redondo, and they're just, it's accessible waterfront that, walking along the waterfront, observing sea life, laughter, and so forth. I mean, it's a very calming and relaxing thing to do. We have a beachfront park that Councilmember Nutting has behind her, if you're curious, that looks out on the Sound. And this is a place where people gather when they can. And we do outdoor concerts, Shakespeare in the Park. We have a lot of events, families come and gather. I think there's so much in this work, and the marina development clearly creates a picture connecting to the downtown. And oftentimes it's said, well, businesses struggle in Des Moines. Well, it's because we have this connection that needs to happen, and it is happening. And I am absolutely just delighted by that. I hope people do take the time to watch The State of the City, because it tells the story that we would have told, I'm going to say 6.5, 7 years ago, would have been that of a very different nature, where we were really looking on the downhill and looking at not being solvent. And when you look at where we were then and where we are now, if you've lived in this community as long as I have, that is an amazing feat. So I hope everybody does watch our State of the City presentation. It's a very positive outlook on a very positive and bright future for this wonderful community that I am very much proud to be part of, as I have been for over 50 years. And Yes, I gave away my age, but there's a point where you have to own it, and I do. Anyway, with that, it brings us to the end of our meeting. Our next meeting will be on May 6th, 2021. And do I have a motion to adjourn? I see Councilmember Nutting.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Nutting, seconded by Councilmember Bangs. All those in favor, please raise your right hand until I call your name. Councilmember Bangs, Councilmember Martinelli, Councilmember Harris, Councilmember Buxton, Councilmember Nutting, Deputy Mayor Mahoney, and myself. We are adjourned. Thank you for coming. Good night.